Notice the lead picture of a man on a soapbox was in full color. Now notice how this lead picture I use in this series on Things to Ponder is in black and white. Things are changing and fulfilling what Jesus had warned us about. Work while it's yet day, for there comes darkness, where no man can work. The freedom of speech is slowly fading, no longer in full color. Even situations that once were black and white, right or wrong, are changing, being so twisted, it makes one wonder what is the truth. I will be addressing this in this video, how many platforms are being so controlled that many are seeking a social media for a platform where their freedom of speech isn't challenged. So, you're looking for a platform, getting beyond our soapbox. This word platform is heard a lot today, especially with the social media platforms being under attack. Many are looking for a platform where they can express their freedom of speech. Now, speaking for those of a Christian religious persuasion, this word platform should be based in what is called a foundation. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, Paul. A foundation which the Apostle Paul was called to lay, saying that this is the only foundation or platform to build on. With Paul being told to warn all about what they build on this foundation, warning them to not build what he called wood, hay, and stubble. He used these burnable substances as an illustration of any fallen carnal mind's opinion that will one day, at what is called, he was told to call the bema seat of Christ, who would be burned up with the fire. Going on, he said that with this happening, they would be saved as by fire. Only what he was told to call gold, silver, and precious stones would last, standing the test of time and pressure, and will be those moments when what you have spoken or did in your life wasn't your words or your performance, but only you as a vessel surrendered to your Father speaking and acting through you. Now you hear this word in politics with the question, what is their platform? What party do they represent? Today, even this has so changed that what once was considered a traditional party platform is questionable in all parties. Well, this article isn't about that. It's addressing the debates among Christian platforms, wondering which one to follow. We know of all the denominations and the various debates that they have occurred over time in church history. I'm not going to get into those debates, because if I did, I would lose most in the overwhelming length it would take to cover some 2,000 years. So I will get to the point in the paragraphs that will follow. Keep me assured, I will use the illustration of a soapbox, meaning someone or anyone getting up on his or her soapbox to get attention to their opinions against another standing on their soapbox. The first question would be, who called you to do this? The second question would be, when you are on your soapbox, is this where you were to be? And is it, this soapbox, meant for you to express your views against another? Who has given you the right to judge at all? We all know the warnings, and all should know there were to be vessels only, allowing our Father to speak through us. Many make the claim to cover what it is they're saying, thinking this gives them the right to pronounce a judgment of some person, place, or thing. Well, we know that we are not called to judge before the time, a time when our Father will reveal what was said by Him of others, as this bema seat of Christ mentioned above. So the soapbox that you're standing on, where did you get it from? Did you know that it's made of wood? This original idea and expression comes from those who would take any empty wooden soapbox and stand at the square or park and give out their opinions and arguments long before we had TV, computers, blogs, and live streaming. So this modern idea of soapbox today fits what was once done at the square and park. Today this soapbox reaches beyond the square and park and is worldwide. A single person in the past could, on a soapbox, could start a community, but today a single person could start the next world war. Something to consider. How would you like to know that your comment started a world war? There was an old song called The Eve of Destruction, with one line of that song saying, if the button is pushed, there'll be no running away, with the world one step away from the grave. So think about it. Next time you hop up on your soapbox, or just to give a deeper meaning to the famous biblical text that warned that in the end times they would go in the way of Noah. How was it? As was written, in the imagination of the heart were fallen minds, were evil continually. That because of this, the world was filled with violence. Today, there's more than fits to build with the World Wide Web to keep it going 24/7. And any attempt to shut it down becomes lopsided. But the ones running this web in such a position, the voice of freedom is removed and their narrative being controlled by an unseen power elite. We had better believe that there is an equally, if not more powerful, unseen God who has the control of the controllers and will pull the plug before this elite gets its way. That of the total annihilation of us all. So get off your soapbox, burn it. Allow the Creator of all things to work all that you have put out there to His good. If not, then you will have hell to pay. The hell that had lit your tongue and unwed you has set the course of nature ablaze.